Hello!
Whoa!
What's up,
Welcome.
everybody? We're back after about a
Everybody.
month-long hiatus.
Yep.
I had to take care of some stuff in my personal life and just kind of take a break from everything for the most part. I know Green was too busy getting sucked
How's
into a
everybody's day
hurricane to be here.
Oh,
Yep. And Vulcan was just doing Vulcan things, but we're back. We're going to be back for the entire month of October with some pretty spooky topics.
Yeah.
This topic is going to be about creepypastas and just kind of spooky internet stories. And I figured who better to bring in for some spooky internet stories than a guy that runs a page for his dog, Miles' Papa, aka Sir Miles, and the Queen's Memes, aka the Queen. How's it going, you two?
Fantastic.
Awesome. So I just kind of want to thank you guys for having come on the show here. I know you both secured your spot via Mortal Blood Feud Combat with the Blood Games to be here, so that's pretty cool. You killed about 7 people each, I believe.
Something like that. I know Miles went on a giant fucking killing spree and just, oh my god, it was a thing of beauty.
Actually, we're subtracting 1 from Miles for killing
I got
himself.
capped.
It ruined his Katie.
Yeah.
So
Miles avenged me,
ruthless.
so I'm very happy about that.
This is a real one.
The way that ended though, it's honestly a Miles thing to do.
Miles committed Sudoku.
It's
And
his
I
own
won
rules.
through no no input of my own. It just sort of happened, and it was just a happy little accident.
Yeah,
yeah, very
I think
happy.
we're like
Weren't you
pacifist
asking people to
in
like kill you like several times over?
Numerous times, if I remember correctly.
Oh
Yeah.
my god. It just didn't happen and didn't happen,
Yeah,
and
Miles
then
just,
yeah.
Yeah, it's pretty awesome. That was a great Blood Games. That was I was keeping up with that while I was at work. Because started the new job. We're finally fully moved into Colorado, all settled in.
That's right, Jack. You can no longer
Nice.
hide from me.
Yeah, well, you can't hide from me. I'm already.
Oh, yes, I
already done
can.
with
I will go higher up in altitude, and you will fall asleep or pass out getting here.
I will simply see you because of your height.
Damn
Owned. Yeah, no, it's fucking beautiful out here. This
That's
is
awesome.
And I was watching the Blood Games at work in my office because I have an office now.
Nice, man. That's
And-
fucking sweet.
Yeah, it rolls.
Moving
and
up
I'm
in the
like,
world.
yeah, it's pretty cool. And I'm watching like, oh yeah, there's some good shit going on here. There's some wipeouts. There's some cool shit happening.
I gotta say, watching NATO kill you and somebody else only
yeah, when
for
I saw how
like
Miles was going in that game, I didn't work for like that hour. I was like, I gotta see how Miles is doing.
Yeah.
So all you need to know, Miles was doing good, and then NATO killed Jack, and then the entire
But he plays
stadium
his
like.
own rules. It's
Yeah.
just- that's how his sheeps are. He does it like, nope, I'm out. See you guys.
Yeah, those should stick together. The entire.
You guys
fucking-
have to work together. It's the rule.
Yeah, the rest of the crew was like, yo, hold up, NATO. Ain't cool, bro.
Everybody
Just jumped down his
out.
throat.
Quote Count Gassy, aka the user NATO, for killing Doge from New
He's actually
Jersey.
waking up. He's moving his legs and stretching.
Awesome.
Oh, the little guy.
So, this first question is over for the Queen here. What caused you to start up your page? Mainly just kind of posting at all, if anything.
I originally joined the Knights or Kings of the Base Table, Maury's server on Discord, and it honestly, I like to tell people that I got bullied into starting the server because that's kind of or not the server, the page, because that's kind of what happened. I wasn't super active in it all that much, and then one night I was just chatting it up with Pepe, and he's literally me, bro, and a couple other guys, and they were like, you should just start a page, just do it. And I was like, but I'm shy, but I'm scared, but whatever else. And that was last April, and now I have almost 2,200 followers, so I'm like,
Oh, hell yeah. Very nice.
That's pretty cool.
It
Yeah,
reminds me
so-
when Green started his content, I was just kind of hanging out with him, and he was like, "Yeah, I don't know if I should do it, man. I got this idea," and I'm
I
like,
hope I can get a big following for Miles one day. That'd be pretty cool.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah. Actually, like, cause John here also forced me into getting a page. He harassed me for about 3 months straight, going, "You should make a page. You should make a page."
"Well, I don't want to tag your real name on like
Yeah, I
a
know.
meme about a sandwich.
Yeah,
I
I
want to
know.
tag a page." Yeah, Green gets it. Like, there's stuff that I if Green didn't have a page, I would be posting some weird stuff to him personally.
Yeah, I started
And
my,
people are like, "What the fuck is Doge Dad doing?"
Instagram page,
Yeah.
what, a little over a year ago? And then I did his Facebook page in July, beginning of July.
Yeah, I recommended you to do the Facebook one because I mean
Yeah, I
Instagram,
think
unless
he's
you're like a
growing at a
SoundCloud rapper
slowly
or
but healthy
posting
pace,
slime,
from what I
you're
can
not gonna
tell.
get any reach.
Yeah.
What do you mean by slime?
You ever seen those people where they're like, "Oh, these are this month's like slime like colors that you can get. We're gonna rate the
Oh.
scoopability of those slimes."
And they have
Like,
all like
What
little
color is
fruit
inside
things in
this
them.
thing that I'm gonna crush?
You mean
Pink
like
or
lowest
blue?
denominator content?
Yeah,
Correct.
like literally lowest denominator content.
Brain rot, shit that as you're scrolling, it just catches your eye, and you're like,
Hey,
well,
hey,
I don't.
hey, hey.
Yeah,
Hey,
it's like
don't-
I don't want to watch this, but I kind of have to.
Don't be talking down my glass breaking videos, okay?
I like those. Some of those are pretty fun.
Yeah.
There's somebody that makes them, and he just like he bass boosts like the sound of stuff breaking.
Yeah, for
So
me,
it sounds
it's
like
the-
extra
the-
loud.
He's really getting
For me, it's the hydraulic press videos and the red hot metal ball ones.
Oh, the hydraulic
Oh.
press videos. There's like a Finnish guy behind that. He's really
Okay.
cool. He's like very
Yeah.
nice.
Welcome
I
to
like
the
the
hydraulic
car
press
crash
channel.
Yeah,
Yeah, that guy.
but every time I see it in my Reels feed, I'm like, I have to watch this now.
It's like make happy brain chemical go burr.
Yeah. I have no self-control when it comes to that. I'm just like, I now have to watch this, and there goes an hour of my life.
Nah, see, the real
Mhm.
lowest denominator content is when you're watching like a Reddit story
Yeah, I
time
fall
video.
asleep sometimes.
Oh my
Oh,
god.
Yo, with Subway Surfers in
It's
the
got Subway
background.
Surfers in the background, and then
Yeah.
like slime or like some kind of
Or
like
Minecraft.
satisfying ASMR below it.
GTA 5 content.
That
Yeah.
too,
Of,
yeah.
some car just driving over like fucking dumbass obstacles.
Yeah.
Oh my-
Different cars driving into a fucking ditch.
Yeah.
So
Yep,
my
yep.
my 3-year-old son likes to watch those cars driving over things videos sometimes.
You know, in
It
defense,
drives-
those aren't
oh
like
my
the
God, my
worst
nephew
things
can't
for a
get
kid
enough
to
of it.
watch. There's definitely
It
worse
drives
content.
me absolutely nuts because they're not even using expired products. It's like eggs or an entire watermelon that's not even rotting, and I'm like, what? Why?
That's just a waste of food.
Just a waste.
It is.
And
But
in
it's a
these
live
times,
video, and they're finding like he'll sit there and he'll watch it for like an hour, and this person just finds an hour's worth of crap to run over with his car.
Yeah.
You know, when I was 3, I would watch videos about construction equipment, and then
Oh yeah.
I don't think I could survive today as a 3-year-old. I'm just saying.
No, we could,
Yeah,
but
I'm
we'd
worried,
be so
I'm
much
worried for
worse
the next
off
generation.
for it.
Yeah,
We'd be so much more worse off for it if we did.
yeah.
Honestly, seriously though.
Did
It's
short
like
form
the-
content is like my least favorite thing in the world. I cannot
Long
stand it.
form gang.
Long form content is what's up. I mean, I feel like I'm biased because you know me and Green ran those channels.
Yeah.
Green got his channel back, everybody.
Hey, let's go.
Congratulate Green for that. I'm
Yeah.
glad I can watch some classics. I think Cheem's Way might be the most classic.
Yeah. Oh,
Yeah.
So, Miles, or Miles's papa, sorry. What decided for you to get like a Shiba Inu? Was it the memes or?
Dude, they're the cutest fucking dogs ever.
Dude, he is so cute. Like, if you guys haven't seen
Bro.
Miles, they call him Miles Sama. We're gonna link it down below. He is
An image at this very moment.
yeah, we'll put one up on
Flash.
screen. The dog is something
Yeah.
else, man.
Imagine
I mean,
just the most picturesque Shiba Inu, and that's it. That's what Miles looks like. He's
he's
the,
like
the
he's
quintessential
golden.
Sheep.
Yeah.
He's the stereotypical sheep. He's like picture perfect. You see sheep, you see Miles. Like he's definitely a purebred. I can tell you that he's
Yeah.
not backyard bred. He's got the right face. He's got the right size. got the right tail. He's got a little. I don't know if you've seen his pictures, but he's got a little black tip in his tail. Kind of interesting. One of his unique.
So, what
marks.
caused you to pick him up? Was he so did you get him from a shelter or a breeder?
What
Yeah.
what was the the
Give us
spark?
the lore.
I need a Shiba Inu.
Give us the
I'm just
miles.
kind of wondering where he got him from, you know?
I didn't
So you want me to start with the Miles lore? I can go
Yeah,
into that.
Yeah.
So let's go back to 2021. So before Miles, I had a husky. He was 14 years old, and he was just getting really old. And his time was coming up. You know, I was taking care of him. You know, I was I put him on doggy diapers in the end.
Yeah.
You know, giving him insulin. I was giving him medication for glaucoma. You know, I was giving medication for arthritis. I didn't leave anywhere for like, I want to say 3 or 4 months. I just stayed home. I didn't go out because I just had to stay home and take care of him. It was my responsibility. It is what it is. But I knew his time was coming up. And so I go on shibas.org because I'm just like, you know what? I think I want a sheep next. There's like a lot of things going on in my mind. It was a very dark time for me. You know, I had this husky since he was a puppy. So like losing him for me was like really, really hard.
Yeah.
And so it's like, I don't care. I need to find something. I need to find, you know, I need to start the process to find something when he goes. Because I knew when he went, I was going to be broken for however long. And it's like, okay, I think I want a sheep. And I wanted a sheep because of all the Doge pages and, you know, pages like John was a big influence. You know, with all the memes of the sheeps. It's like, I want a sheep now. And I knew that sheeps are hard to take care of.
No, they're kind of a.
But because I had a husky,
Oh, if you could take care of a husky, you could take care of anything. Like, huskies are high maintenance.
so I knew that I had the proper,
Yeah.
I had the proper, you know, I learned a lot from him, so I knew I could take care of a sheep. So I went to sheepas.org. You know, I found a list of reputable breeders, contacted a breeder, filled out a form over the summer. You know, I asked for, you know, a red sheep. And we go to, let's flash forward to August 26th, 2021. My husky passes. His time came up. You know, I was heartbroken. Later at night, I called the breeder and said, look, you can put me on the waiting list now. My husky passed.
Yeah.
She puts me on the waiting list. Then the next day, I get a phone call saying a Shiba was born. He's a red male singleton. And I know you're on the waiting list, but I'm going to give him to you because I know that pain, and I know you're going through a lot, so he's
Yeah.
yours.
Dude, that's so sweet.
A blessing.
So, you know, all the things I learned from my husky, I put into Miles. You know, I got Miles. Obviously, I didn't get him right away. They keep him for like 8 weeks because they need to do the breeders, you know, do their own socialization
Yeah.
and stuff like that before they give him to you. Otherwise, you might get an angry sheep.
Yeah. Yeah.
But I got him at 8 weeks. He came home, and there he is. I finally got him in my hands. It was very surreal when I got him. He was like a little tiny thing. He looked like a teddy bear when I got him, like a little tiny
Oh my
teddy bear, a
gosh.
lion cub.
Oh, yeah. Sheep
was 8 weeks
puppies are
old.
the cutest.
And that's where began me and my Miles' journey. Our journey began when he came home in October, later that year, 8 weeks later. And we went to the stores together. I did heavily socialization with him because I knew that these guys can get pretty nasty if you don't do that.
Yeah.
So we went to the stores. You know, I took him to the dog parks. You know, you're not supposed to do that before they get their shots, but I did that
Yeah.
anyway because it's risk versus reward.
It's very important for them to learn that. Otherwise, they're like little. They can be a little shitty sometimes.
They can be, and you know, that's why I warn people about Shibas. Like, yeah, these guys are not easy. You got to put a lot of time and dedication to them. I do not recommend them for, you know, a first-time dog owner. No way.
Yeah.
No. But I did the socialization with him. I did crate training with him for about a year. You know, I would just put him in the crate whenever I left the house, or I needed like when he was a puppy, I had to put him in the crate when I went to bed. You know, I was calling it like his crib.
Yeah.
I did a lot of that training with him. You know, I hired a dog trainer too for some extra tips. You know, she gave me some good guidance. You know, the goal was he had to meet at least 250 people and 30 dogs. But the way to do that, the really easy way to do that is just to bring him wherever you go. So I just brought Miles with me wherever I went, to the store, to the mall, whatever. I don't care. Nobody's gonna really say anything, to be honest. They see a sheep, they're gonna like stop and look at him and pet him.
Yeah.
And so I exposed him to all different situations. Like we went to a couple kids' birthday parties of relatives and stuff. Like I brought him all of that, so we got all that high noise stuff. And he's just a really great dog. He's like one of the most friendliest sheep you will ever meet, if not the friendliest. Other dogs, he gets really excited when he sees other dogs. Like he has to go up to them and he has to lick them in their face.
Oh, I love that.
And you know, I've taken, you know, the vets and stuff, and they're always shocked. He's like, you know, this is a really friendly sheep. It's like, yeah, I know. I did a lot of work with him.
I tried.
Yeah.
So he's it was a lot of work. It was a lot of dedication, but you know, you put a lot of love. You'll do whatever. I'll do whatever it takes for him. It's all about love, and in reality, you gotta treat these guys like kids. They're basically like little children. You have to.
Yeah.
And if you treat them like children, they will be great dogs.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I'm looking at that one picture that you recently posted of him in his Ken costume. Fucking adorable.
Yeah.
Oh my god, little cowboy hat.
Yeah, we're gonna go to some local costume contests. I got the for myself. I got the Mojo Dojo Casa House outfit. You know, I bought the sunglasses. I bought the bandana. I got the fur coat. And so he'll be Cowboy Ken, and my girlfriend's just gonna go as Barbie, and we'll all go together to costume contests.
Dude, that's
So we'll
awesome.
be the Barbie trio. I think it'll be fun. But yeah, I started his Instagram page, what, like a year ago? And John was like, you should start a Facebook page with Miles. Like, you know, I was like hesitant at first, but it's like I thought about it, I was like, you know what? I'll do it. And so here I am, I made it. And he's actually growing faster on Facebook than he did on Instagram.
Yeah.
You have to
In
be
a
like
weird way,
immensely consistent.
I don't got time for that. I got a full-time job. I can't do that.
Yeah.
Doing that stuff is its own job in itself.
Yeah.
I can't do it. You'll get sucked into the social media, you know, void. And that dehumanizes people. It's just it's a rough thing. And I just don't want to get into that. But I'll just post whenever I can about Miles and when I feel like it. And You know, also my one thing about him too is that because of how the Doge community kind of influenced me to get Miles, I kind of almost want him to be like a live action meme page. If that makes any sense.
Yeah. Yeah, he basically is. I mean, I love the little Neko arc you got for him. It's fucking great.
Yeah. I got to keep coming up with some ideas of what to do. It's a little slow of a process doing, the live, quote unquote action memes, whatever you want to call. But it's funny. That Kevin toy though I bought him, he really loves. He just wants to tear it up.
Oh hell
Don't we
yeah!
all?
Because the funny thing too is when I was like sick, like what, 2 months ago, and my girlfriend puts on, the Minions Gru movie on. For
Oh no,
whatever
he wanted a
reason.
minion.
And Miles just is intensely watching to TV. He literally watched the whole movie.
Oh my god.
Like, okay, Miles is a Minions fan.
Yeah, we gotta give him a minion. Oh, that rules.
So that's the story with the Minion.
I'm gonna dress him up as a minion.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
That's a costume
That would
idea.
be pretty funny.
That'd be great.
I mean, he's already like yellow.
Yeah.
Yeah. He just needs a little.
You just get him some overalls, man. Call it good.
Yeah.
Spooky goggles.
Some goggles. Yeah. That'd be
Speaking
great.
of spooky, in the spirit of
Yeah.
Halloween, Jack, would you like to lead us off with your with what the main topic is for this episode?
Yeah, we're doing creepypastas. So
Oh boy.
the creepypasta that
Everybody
That
loves
I
a good
like.
creepypasta. Real quick
Yeah.
before we run it down, for any of you Zoomers in the audience that think Skibbity Toilet is scary, creepypastas are essentially tales, like really small internet short stories, kind of like a campfire tale. You would just kind of tell on a
Pretty
forum
much.
page.
It
Yeah.
like at its core, I'd be inclined to agree.
yeah, it's a campfire story for sure.
'Cause you
There's
can
some
have-
really great ones that are like that, and then you have it was Thomas the Tank Engine, but he looked hyper realistic and his eyes were full of blood. What
Yeah,
the hell?
yeah.
You sound like that meme, Skeevy the toilet.
So I don't understand Skibbity Toilet. I never looked into it. All I know is that it's like fucking stupid.
It's just
I don't get
Gmod
it.
brain
I don't
rot.
wanna get it.
Yeah,
Oh,
it's just Gmod brain rot.
Nice, cool.
It's incredibly stupid, but absolutely terrifying for little kids. And
I
I've
don't
actually
understand that. Like,
Well, little kids get scared by anything.
I've been seeing
That's
kids
true.
talk about, like, parents talking about how their kid is not potty training
I
because
heard
of
like a
Skibbity
group of
Toilet.
like kids
Yup.
the other day at the
Those
park
like
talking
two
about
Reddit
Skibbity
posts
Toilet.
or whatever.
That's more than one, and I'm not okay with that. That's not okay.
Yeah, it's terrible. But yeah, creepypastas rule. These are the OG scary story motherfuckers, and for the internet at least, they're great. They're all fantastic. Most of them are very, very creative, and some of them like really get stuck in your mind. Like the one I'm going to discuss is the one that like it's one of the first ones I ever read, and I'm like, damn.
That
That's
one,
awesome.
yours still messes me up though, dog.
Yeah.
I don't know what he's talking about just yet.
Well, if that's the case, Jack, you want to lead us off with a bit of
So my favorite one is the Russian sleep experiment.
One of the best.
I
The
think
goated.
it's a great story.
It is.
It
Just-
still gets me with the way that they visually like explain what's happening in that test chamber.
Oh,
Like,
yeah.
to this day, I'm still like, man, that's messed up.
Yeah, and it's always like the very end of it that like gets me, right? It's-
Really that's it.
Yeah, where it's like they like all the test subjects finally like they mellow out and they're like I see and I understand now.
And they're
I
like
see it
missing
all.
skin. Oh, spoilers,
Oh,
guys.
but, yeah, Well,
Give
I
us some
mean,
skin and everything.
Gonna be
It's
immense
fucking
spoilers
amazing.
for the creepypastas.
yeah,
man.
for
Yeah, the
this
creepypasta
fucking
spoilers.
15-year-old creepypasta.
Bro,
Oh
Right?
my
I know
God.
we are gonna
Go-
get somebody complaining
Go
like,
watch
I was gonna read it next
creepypasta
week.
YouTube videos before you even do anything. Or like, it's
Yeah.
on the fucking internet. Go read. You guys
Yeah,
have phones, right?
you guys have phones, don't you?
Yeah. Like that's how we all.
As soon as that
these
exited my mouth, I
creepypastas.
thought of it.
We all
Like,
read them on our fucking phones in the middle of the night while lying in bed or on the fucking shitter when we were growing up. That's how we read them. You can read them that way too. Spoiler alert, the fucking Russian sleep experiment is fucked up. Who would have guessed? So, yeah, like the test subjects, like they chew their own lips off and they like they're all fucking they peel back the like the skin off their eyes, like their
They peel back their eyelids and
Yeah, their eyelids.
They cover the observation window. And
like,
shit.
oh, Jeff the Killer?
Yeah.
Oh god, why was
Jeff
Jeff
the
the Killer
Killer.
so popular, man? I'll never
It
understand
was
it.
that one
Its
image.
of Jeff the Killer still
But it's
isn't-
not even scary.
It's not scary, but it's striking.
I guess.
It's, it's very I don't want to say marketable because that's not
The
the
original
right
story was
word.
Like,
Yeah, it's all right.
I
but
disagree.
it's
I think it aged horribly.
Well,
It's-
the issue I think stems from the fact it was just so easy to either like edit it
Yeah.
or make it into a much larger.
I
Like,
can understand
yeah.
that.
so like that picture of Jeff the Killer is unsettling.
Well, you know what else is weird about it is nobody knows where it came from.
Yeah,
it
yeah,
still
that's the
hasn't
other
been
part.
identified, or it still hasn't been like found. There's
Yeah.
a fucking bounty on it, dude.
Yeah,
That's
it's
crazy to me.
It's cool.
That's more unsettling than the actual story, in my opinion.
Yeah. Well, so it all ties together, I think, when it comes to Jeff the Killer lore like that. I don't even want to say lore, but like
Dude, it's not even lore. It's
Yeah.
The Jeff lore
the
universe.
Jeff lore. Yeah. But like when it all comes together like that, it's like you start to do the deep diving. It's like, wait, what do you mean this actual image is like maybe kind of cursed and no one knows where it came from?
Yeah, no, I find that much more enjoyable than that. But you know what's funny, man? I think like 10 years from now, kids these days are gonna be like skibbity toilet. That's not even scary. And
Well, yeah, no
like,
shit, because
the kids now are like, no, bro, you weren't there, bro. It's scary.
Dude, those toilets are taking over the world, bro.
the back rooms, bro.
Dude, it's like some Nightmare on Elm Street shit. Like, I swear. No
Yeah.
pun intended. Like, I could see like Freddy's head coming out of the toilet. Just,
Yeah.
you want to
yeah.
take a spooky dookie,
Oh my
bitch?
god, it's just been someone's
Yeah.
nightmare all along.
Yeah, yeah.
No,
Fucking
that
Zoomers are
would
my
be
nightmare.
interesting if it was just someone's nightmare.
Yeah.
I mean, with the way it's like presented, it certainly kind of could be.
I mean, maybe.
I've watched like fucking like 40. Like
Yeah,
like,
I heard you watched all of it.
Yeah, me and Lemon just went on like a deep dive.
Yeah. Yeah.
What?
Then Green's
Yeah,
just
no-
like, what?
Yeah. There's some great creepypastas. Like my favorite, of course, was Russian Sleep Experiment. If I remember correctly, like the Slenderman thing was originally born out of a creepypasta before
Right.
Marble Hornets turned it into its own.
That is
Like,
correct.
thing.
Marble
It
Hornets
was like
certainly
a.
helped, elevate it.
So
Yeah.
the Slenderman came from something awful, and they wrote
Yeah.
an entire article about it and photoshopped photos together and made the whole mythos from there.
Yeah.
And it kind of went viral. When
Yep,
Slender
there's
Day
also-
Pages came out, Marble Hornets made their whole thing. I think that's the way it went.
Yeah.
People that spent
everyone.
13 years on Tumblr, please correct me down below.
Yeah, everyone knew Slenderman too.
actually-
It was huge. Slenderman got so big that like, and this is for the really younger fucking people out there who don't
Jack,
know
don't
where.
be silly. They're not watching this shit.
Yeah,
They
you're
got
right.
YouTube Shorts to watch. Come on.
Yeah, you're right. This is
Yo,
too
we gotta
long
turn
form.
it shorts, bro.
This is too long form. But for
There's,
it's like
there's no
the-
Subway Surfer going in the background.
Oh, not yet.
yeah,
I'll put it on the screen.
Yeah, you should do
I'll
that, John.
I'll
Yeah.
just replace it with me playing like Adventure Quest or something.
Yeah. But in Minecraft,
Actually,
like the Enderman is based off the Slenderman,
Yeah,
which
Notch
you
went
would
out of his way to
figure.
do that.
Yeah, you would figure, oh, that's obvious, but like, I'm sure the fucking Zoomers, they don't know that. They don't know what Slenderman is.
Those same people that can like beat
I
you at
remember
Bed
playing
Wars
Slenderman
and
in
carry
high school.
like 5 blocks
Such a
in a
long time
bucket.
ago.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's
they
just
only
like,
care
oh.
about like playing the game mechanically and not like having fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Competitive
like-
Slenderman.
So Miles's papa. I don't want to sound like a weirdo, but like, what was your like
KO, no
relationship
quickscope,
with like
Slenderman.
creepypastas?
360.
What's up?
I don't know.
Did I cut out right there?
Yeah, you did.
Yeah,
We're
all
wondering
we heard
what was
you
like.
say was 360.
What was your
Oh, I
favorite
was saying,
kind of like thing about
Slenderman,
creepypastas?
no
or
scope
Slenderman?
360.
Dude, I remember seeing him in MLG edits like back in the day.
That's the competitive
Mm.
Slenderman game that we play now.
Yeah, yeah.
But yeah, no, dude. Slenderman's a good one. What I
Yeah.
like about Slenderman is it's like a good like creature, like
Yeah.
a scary monster of the week. Good like creepypasta, and to me those are my favorite. I really like those.
Well,
Oh,
it's
yeah, they're great.
featurelessness, and it seemingly just is seemingly being unescapable.
Yeah,
I mean,
I'm also a big fan of like the way Marble Hornets took it in that direction of like where he corrupts videos and like the
Yeah.
content and the radio waves. I thought that was awesome.
Oh, yeah.
And I mean, I'm
And
sure
then-
you can even see some of that in the content I make now. But
Yeah. And then when they made the Slenderman games, right? Like, those
I
were,
remember
like,
Slenderman
pretty
the 8
cool.
pages being really
8 pages
fucking fun.
And what was the that like?
Yeah,
that
there was
proper-
a
that
second
proper-
one.
God,
It was huge, because it was, like,
it
giant
was-
open
it
map.
It had a well
Yeah.
crafted, like.
It was cool, man. I can't
It was
remember the
good,
name of it, but it was...
incredibly linear to be sure, but like it was a really good
Yeah.
linear story, and it was
Spooked me.
beautiful. It was like, I'm sure if I go back and play the game now,
Yeah.
it's not as pretty, but like it was,
For the
like,
time?
it
For an indie game at the time?
really well.
Yeah. It spooked me. It certainly spooked my ass.
Damn straight.
Didn't they make a Slenderman movie at
Oh,
one
The
point?
Arrival. The Arrival.
They did
Slenderman:
make
The
a-
Arrival.
They
yeah.
did end up making a movie, Miles.
Did
You're
they?
right.
It
Yeah.
sucked ass. Don't watch
It
it.
was really bad. It was
Oh,
like
God.
super.
I just remember seeing the trailer about it from years ago, but
So-
it's like very vague to me
What
now.
I remember mostly about Slenderman the movie was that they had this huge
It
issue.
was
'cause
terrible. Probably why I don't remember
In
it.
I think 2014 or 2015, a girl stabbed her friend to death
Oh.
over Slenderman.
Oh.
Yeah, she thought
I
And-
remember hearing about that.
Yeah,
Oh my
and
god.
it got really bad, and they like parodied it in the movie,
Oh.
and it was just super tasteless. Like it was
Yeah.
really, it was
Yeah.
really not okay.
Yeah.
That's messed up.
Yeah,
it's
I
like-
saw that and I was like, that's not. And I mean, what sucks about that whole case is like, the district attorney and like the state kind of fumbled the bag on pressing charges for the other girl,
Nice.
and it was just a tragedy that didn't need to happen. It was like kind of the
Yeah.
thing.
it's.
And
I
they're
mean,
like, oh, what if we put it in the movie? Oh,
Yeah.
As a reminder
no,
to
do
monitor-
not do
to
that.
love
actively
this.
monitor the internet
Yeah.
usage of your children.
It was pretty bad. I mean, Slenderman's up there for me, but for me, I gotta go with Mr. Widemouth is my favorite.
Which one was Mr.
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 Widemouth?
Widemouth is about a kid that finds like a sentient like toy Furby in the forest.
Okay. Okay.
And he's like, oh, we should play. And the kid doesn't have any actual friends. And he's going around in the woods. And Mr. Widemouth keeps on talking to him about his secret game he has to come back and play.
Oh,
And
okay.
what ends up happening at the end of it was that, like, this kid encountered Mr. Widemouth. And Mr. Widemouth was like, no, you shouldn't hang out with your parents. Come and live in the woods with me. We'll just play games all day. And the kid's
Oh.
like, no, I don't think that's a great idea. And like reading that, and then like the kid, like, and there's all these other context clues of like stones with like writing the kid can't discern on it and everything around Mr. Widemouth. The kid's like, this is kind of not right. And like you're reading it. When I read this as a teenager, and I was like, oh man, it's just like when you're reading, you're like, what's Mr. Widemouth's end game? Like, what's the plan here?
Mm.
You know? And the kid goes back home and like tells his parents. And the parents like moved that day, like they move houses completely. And
Okay.
he told Mr. Widemouth that he would be quote right back, and he never comes back. But he goes back to that area around like the Vineyard Trail where he grew up, where Mr. Widemouth was, like years later, and he goes to that exact same spot as an adult. And there's no Mr. Widemouth, but there's like old police tape, like on the forest floor. And a bunch of like names scribbled out on the wall, and then like skulls and bones in the cave where Mr. Widemouth was. It's kind of a
Oh.
nice way to it's like a very, I would say, pseudo-realistic encounter with like a weird, creepy monster.
Okay.
And just that kind of ending of like, oh fuck, Mr. Widemouth picked other targets.
Yeah.
And it wasn't like and then he followed him to his house. It's like actually written in a very well thought out plan of, hey, when I was a kid, I knew this toy called Mr. Widemouth that no one else seems to remember. This is my experience with it. And it's really good. I think it's solid. It's not slow burning Kino like Russian Sleep Experiment, and it doesn't have that unknowable horror like Slender Man, but it's just kind of one of those like mildly disturbing things that I related to in a weird way. Not like like I've been in the woods and seen some weird shit, and I come back and it's not there, or I go back to that same spot and then learn that like, oh, a guy used to like hang out under the bridge and murder people. There was this like homeless guy that would do that near where I lived in Middleton.
Yeah.
But I thought it was pretty well done.
I'll have to check it out because I
recommend it. It's a short read. You're not going to miss much. It's just a classic. It crosses all the dots.
It's not like groundbreaking. But
sure, that's fine.
Very,
as long as it's well written.
Yeah, it's very. I don't have the words.
I would say it's nuanced. It's offsetting and off-putting. It's very what is going on? Like you're reading it and you're highly dubious from the beginning.
You feel like a weird tingle.
Yeah, like you're like something isn't adding up here. What's Mr. Widemouth's like end game? Because in the beginning he's very nice and he offers the kid stuff that the kid wanted.
Okay. Okay. Yeah, that's cool. No, I'll have to check that out.
I recommend it. It doesn't get a lot of recognition, but it's one of my favorites.
Yeah. Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
How about you guys? What is your guys' favorite copypastas?
For me,
yeah, Green, hit us with it.
It's just gotta be like SCPs as a whole.
Dude, which SCPs?
Oh, yeah. Do SCPs count for
creepypasta? I would say maybe they predate like creepypastas as a whole.
It had its own website, but like, I mean,
I'd say yeah, but
they're adjacent.
All right. I'll pick a creepypasta.
Oh, dude, let's do SCPs next week.
I was going to say I would love to do it entirely dedicated.
Yeah. Of a Warhammer piece.
I saw. Yeah, it's called. What was it called? Like reroll or something.
We'll talk about it next week.
Yeah, we'll talk about it next week, folks.
As you're saying, Britt.
Yeah.
What was I saying?
We're talking about creepypastas.
Your actual.
Oh yeah, Ben Drowned.
That's a good one. I actually
that's an old one.
Ben Drowned.
That's classic. That's a good one. I remember that.
That one's probably just my favorite because like read that growing up as a kid. That scared the shit out of me. And Majora's Mask was one of my favorite games.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah.
Well, the idea of like an actual cursed cartridge does kind of like.
I think it was one of the first of its kind. I think it was like one of the.
What helped with that one was the videos that author made too. I think that really added to the whole.
Yeah.
Like Link walking around in that dark void and he just drowns, and then the doll just like pans into the camera. Holy fuck!
Ben Drowned.
No, that's where I saw Ben Drowned, and I was like, this is messed up.
Yeah.
That's so good.
You know, there's proof of they cared.
Yeah, there's like actual effort put into it, and it wasn't like
I don't know. I feel like most creepypastas, I feel like I never really got into them because they were just too fictional. I don't know.
Yeah, dude, there's some creepypastas that I read and I'm like, yeah, sure, bro. Or they try to like pass it off as real.
That's the problem. There was so much garbage out there that I never really got into it.
Yeah, man. Yeah. I think what kills it for me is like the whole they try to like sell you guys. This is real, guys. Before I preface, this happened, guys.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's funny because if you go in the comments on like a creepypasta website, it'll just be comments that are like, guys, this is true. This happened. This happened.
Yeah, dude. I can't stand that.
Like, come
shut
on.
up.
It's okay. So, but I like it. What I would do, I would just like get cultivated creepypastas whenever I would read them. I'd go like, hey, who's got some suggestions for creepypastas to read? And then like, people would come back to me like, oh, here, check this one out, or check this one out. This one's pretty good. This one is like not dog shit. So I remember going off on my own trying to read creepypastas, and it's like, oh, This sucks. Oh, this one sucks. Okay, this
It
one's
was
boring.
an evil Mario, and his eyes
much
were
how it
bloody and hyper realistic.
Yeah. Manhook hand Ardor is still fucking goated.
I think it's.
Although
it's
I
good.
remember the Squidward suicide copy pasta, but
That was
for some
Oh,
reason,
yeah.
Dude,
for
that
some
one was
reason
one
the
that, like,
idea of Squidward suicide,
Yeah,
I
dude.
kind of thought was like kind of
I'm making
funny in
ropes.
a
It
way.
was just too expected.
You know what, SpongeBob?
I don't know
It
why.
says
but,
like, I'm gonna
I
shoot myself
I
on
saw the
camera.
title, and I just started laughing about it.
I gotta say
Yeah.
this, Squidward Suicide gets bonus points for me because of those memes where it's like, do not look up corn, but replace the C with P.
yeah. It's good.
Like those are great. I love those.
Yeah. Didn't Herobrine start out as a creepypasta as well?
Yeah.
I believe
Yep.
so.
That and Candle
Don't
Cove
quote me
both
on
did.
Candle Cove.
I don't
yeah.
consider Candle Cove a creepypasta. I'm gonna be a little bit of like an internet elitist here and say
No,
that
go
Candle
ahead.
Cove is an analog horror.
Okay.
Now, if you read the actual post, like the one that wasn't made by Local 58 guy, yeah, absolutely, because the way they tell the story is great. It's in a forum board style where you have these fictitious accounts, like also recalling it. So when you click on the thread, you as a user are like going into that
Ooh.
unfiction
That'd be
world of
an
like,
alternate
wow, is there
That's
really
cool.
something called Candle Cove? That's really
cool.
cool. But the actual puppet show that they did for that creepypasta was chef's kiss. It's
I was
phenomenal.
I was
Nice.
actually gonna talk about Candle Cove.
Oh, you were? Well, why don't we
let's
talk
Well-
about it?
Yeah, let's. But like, well, without saying very much. Like, Candle
I don't
Cove
know, man. I think we can.
It was presented. It was presented great.
I think the twist at the end was just really good. Where they're like, "Oh yeah, what do you?" And he's like, "Hey mom, do we still have like recordings of Candle Cove?" And his mom was like, "You just stared at a VHS screen of static for like 30 minutes every Saturday. What are you talking about?"
Oh, Jesus.
And it's like, "What?
Yeah,
Mm.
What do you mean?"
it's such a brilliant. Book.
Oh, it's excellent, and I feel like a little bit of that translates into his other work of Local 58. Especially with the way that they like the style of the animation, at least parodies very well with how he started Candle Cove, especially like the moon one where it's in your eye and stuff.
Maybe somebody could write a Miles pasta.
A Miles pasta. I'll start,
And
dude.
Miles?
I was walking my dog and I saw what I thought was Miles, but his eyes were bloody and he was hyper realistic.
Oh my
Dude,
god,
the-
it's
the-
Wild Dog.
Dude, the Miles creepypasta is just a novelization of what went down in the Blood Games.
Dude.
Just ends with Queen just saying like, "You should kill yourself, Miles," and Miles is like,
Just
"You're
going
right."
off on a spree and then ousting himself.
That's a very Miles thing to do. I could see that. Like one of his toys
yeah.
takes him down.
Yeah, that'd be pretty funny.
Oh yeah. Neko Arc is the real
He's a
champion.
real hero.
Yeah, it was Neko who convinced him to oust himself.
Yeah. It's like that one meme where it's like you're looking into the noose and like the waifu is on the other side.
Just
And it's
Neko
just-
Arc. He's like, "Come
It's
on,
Neko
Miles!
Arc. Yeah.
Miles! I'm on the other side of this noose. You gotta come get me."
Come on, Miles.
Salvation.
Apologies. But yeah, no, Vulcan. Yeah, Candle Cove is great. I remember
Yeah,
reading
pretty
like
funny.
listening to Let Me Know read that,
Yeah,
and that was really good. Back when Let Me Know used to read creepypastas.
that's a relic of an old age.
Long, dude. Remember top 10 memes? Oh my god.
Oh
real.
my god.
And I like let me know at like 11 o'clock shortly before I went to bed back in like when I went to school.
Mm.
Oh, you know those nights you'll never get back.
No,
Those,
dude. Yeah, for real though. You're like
Mhm.
just in an internet rabbit hole all night.
Yeah.
Oh my god. High
That's
school.
how I read
Peak
most of
high
listened
school
to
hours.
my
Alright.
creepypastas.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I remember
yeah.
doing that shit in 9th grade, but like looking up dumb fucking videos about the Illuminati.
Oh, I never got into the
Okay, is
Illuminati
Beyonce
shit.
part of the Illuminati? What
Yeah.
the fuck?
No, it was like
Hey,
videos about the
sign.
Denver airport, stuff like that.
Oh, dude, I live
New
near
World
the Denver
Order.
airport. I can say it's all true.
Yeah, the
It's
New
all
World
true.
Airport. Or
It's all
the New
true.
World Order shit.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you've been to that airport. It's all true. You ever been there at like 4 a.m. and they just start like blaring sounds in the middle of the night? What the fuck is up with that?
I've never been there at 4 a.m. I've always been either midday or actually it's all been midday.
It's weird. It sounds like a bad like horror audio stick.
Yeah.
They play it on the intercom across the entire thing.
Yeah.
Man.
When I'm going back to Jersey for the holidays and Thanksgiving, I'm pretty sure I'm going to be taking flights in the middle of the night. So we'll see. I will creepypasta my way into New Jersey from Denver.
Jack comes back. Hello, fellow internet people. Tell us about what you're. Tell me about what you're doing.
Yeah. I'm not a Fed boy. I don't believe in the New World Order. I swear.
Jack comes back and he's got like lizard scales underneath his skin.
Oh yeah, I've been anally probed.
I'm sorry, Jack. I'll have to skin you.
No, you're good at that though, Vulcan. You're good at that. Remember?
Yeah. Well, I can still express remorse.
Yeah.
You know, here's a little quick
Turn to
tidbit
Jersey, you
before
gotta
we
get yourself a
ask
slice of
Miles and
pizza.
Queen about their creepypastas. But Jackie, you ever seen that like horse outside the Denver International Airport?
Yes.
So that horse crushed and killed the artist working on it,
Wow.
and his son continued it.
I was gonna say, don't stand under the balls of the horse.
Yeah, he got crushed by the balls of the horse, dog.
I was
Oh
gonna
my
say that,
God.
and I didn't. I forgot
They
that.
call it the Denver Demon, I believe, or the Blue
Yeah.
Demon, one of the two. No, Blue Demon's a wrestler. Sorry,
Imagine.
Yeah.
being the guy who got
The
killed by
Denver
balls.
teabagger.
but his son finished it and was like, "I'm gonna make it look as menacing as possible because it killed my dad."
That is such an interesting mentality to have.
Dude, if they killed my dad, I would have smelted it down into a toilet.
Yeah, I would have just been like, all right, we're not putting up this
What if your
horse.
dad's head came out of the toilet and after you melted it down, bro?
What the fuck?
Damn,
All
that'd
right,
be awesome.
I gotta ask Queen Mersha, what is your favorite like creepypasta or internet horror story? If you had to pick one, like it doesn't have to be a creepypasta, but it can't be an SCP because we're covering that next week.
Gotcha. Okay. So I am not a huge. So I was homeschooled growing up,
Right.
and as a result, had a very sheltered childhood from things like internet memes and whatnot. I'm very, very delayed when it comes to the processing of internet memes.
I'm better off
but
for it.
Yeah.
I
Like
would
literal
say-
brain rot.
Yeah, I mean, look at us. We're ruined for life.
I feel how retarded I am every day.
Like
my
every day I
heart
call
goes
my
out to you guys. But anyway, if I had to pick one, I would have to say that my absolute favorite, and that it's not because it's the only one I've ever read. I swear to God, I've read more. I promise. Man door hand hook car door.
Oh yeah, we have to cover this one. This one's been
Man
coming
Who
up
Can't
a lot.
Car Door
Let's
is so
go with
fucking
it.
keto.
Yeah, that's about all I've got on it. It's just every once in a while I think about it and I'm like, what did they mean? What is this? What the fuck?
All right, I'm gonna be 100 with all of you. I have not read that one.
Well, you never read Man
I
Who Can't
remember
Car
Never
Door?
read
I
it.
don't remember it, but
So Man Who Can't Car Door is literally the campfire story, like, and when they returned, there was a hook on the car door.
Oh, so it's
It
like
was-
the classic campfire story.
it's that, but they at the very end they just rush the entire climax and finish, and they get back to the car. Man Who Can't Car Door, and that's it.
That's it.
Yeah, that's
Is it like a funny like, oh, you already know what's gonna happen?
Kinda, a little bit. It was made in the era of 4chan when like that was like that type of
Sure.
humor that was
I'm putting
circulating.
it in general.
Oh yeah. It was that
Wait,
kind of humor that was circulating around there. So it's like you're expecting the actual story, but you know, then you get to the actual end. It's Man Who Can't Car Door. It's like, okay, you got me. You got me.
Yeah. So that one's mine. I never did a whole lot of like staying up reading all that creepy shit because I scare really easy. So I don't do horror games. I don't watch horror movies. None of that. No, thank
Oh
you.
no.
If I'm in the right mood, I'll watch a horror movie, but I don't do horror games. It's just too much for me. I don't care.
It depends. I don't like the jump scares shit because I think it's so cheap and gay. And of
It's
course,
not,
like
I don't mind it. It depends on what game it is,
Not to
Well, no,
sound
if
like a
it's-
snob.
or even like movie.
yeah,
Not to sound like a snob, but that's why I like most Japanese horror.
yeah, because it's not that. Yeah, it's like
it's not
actually
in your
good.
shitty jump scare. There's nuance.
Nuance.
Yeah.
Yep.
I think
Yeah.
setting the atmosphere is very crucial for any good creepypasta or copypasta story, whatever you want to
Correct.
call it. You
Definitely.
have to set the
If
tone
I
of
had
like
to
this
pick
is
my
you gotta lay out
favorite
your cards on the table and
horror
just say this is
game,
how
it'd
it's
be
gonna
Silent Hill 4, The Room.
I really like Silent Hill's a good way to look at it for sure.
Yeah.
I think Silent
So-
Hill 2 might be the one that just does the best at it.
The room
Yep.
goes
I
hard.
will say, however, and it's funny that you brought up Silent Hill because I was going to bring up PT. Personally, my favorite horror game of all time, despite being a playable trailer. Fuck
PT's
that!
Really
Oh
good.
my god! And the fact that you can't get it anymore pisses me off.
My friend has a copy on his
Yeah.
PlayStation 4.
You know,
Yeah.
you can just torrent a version that's playable on PC, right?
Uh,
Yes,
it's up to,
yes, but I'm
you.
not advocating that on
I am.
on air.
Not the same.
I know. It's not the same. It's not the same. However, when I did originally play PT, I was blown away. I
Did
was
you
like,
play it in VR?
I didn't play it in VR. No,
It's a
no.
million
I
times
played
worse
it.
in VR. Oh my god.
I played it night of launch. And then like, cause me and my friend, we stayed up all night trying to finish it, trying to figure it out. The one that tripped us up was getting the one in the pause screen. That was the one that tripped us up.
Mr. Kojumbo back at it again.
Genius Kojumbo does it again. What a legend. So then when like the big reveal came and it's like Silent Hills and we're all like,
Oh my god!
Hideo Kojima and fucking Guillermo del Toro teaming up to make a game that they specifically stated in interviews their intention was to make you piss and shit your pants. Yeah. Yeah.
Dude,
Let's go.
I'd kill to be a fly on the wall in that conversation.
Yeah.
We want to
Oh
make
my
sure that
God.
they're
Still
just
upset about
pooping
that
all the time
breakup
playing this
when that
game.
happened.
Yeah. And that game has like one jump scare in it.
Dude, yeah.
And the
No,
rest
so
is
if you
just
wanna play a
creepy
good-
atmosphere.
If you want to play a good game that has 0 jump scares in it, cannot recommend it enough. Darkwood, phenomenal. It's an Eastern European game where you wake up in like a spooky forest and you have to get out of there.
Okay.
I'm not gonna say much. You gotta play it, but
You haven't played it before, Jack?
it's
have not.
good, man.
Oh,
it's really
dude.
good.
I'll stream some if you want to watch me play it.
That would be
Dude, yeah,
pretty
Jack,
cool.
you really like it. They made the game specifically without jump scares because they feel the same way as you. It's cheap.
Yeah, it's cheap. It's fucking gay. When tastefully done, sure, that's great.
I found I found myself talking about jump scares in movies and video games with some coworkers, and the most egregiously bad jump scares I think I've ever seen in media are, and don't hold it against me, guys. It has to be the fucking Jason series, the Friday the 13th series.
Oh, do you think that's where it's most prevalent?
I
Really?
think it's really prevalent in that and Nightmare on Elm Street. I mean, especially like the horror stings where you hear like a symphony play like a loud sound effect.
It's the elevated, you know.
Yeah, I
orchestra,
cannot stand
yeah.
that because you're getting startled by the. At least I was getting startled by the sound.
By the sound. Yeah,
Not
no,
by-
that's
Not
true.
by it's Super Freddy, rah,
Yeah.
or like
Yeah.
Freddy. But I don't know. There's some good shit in Nightmare on Elm Street.
Well,
Yeah, no,
it-
I agree. However, I think the worst
It
offender.
goes out of fucking. Sorry.
Oh no,
but,
go
like,
ahead, go ahead.
The longer the series stays, the more they have to think about how to scare you differently.
Oh, dude,
You know,
it's
and there's some
inherently
really
different.
great shots in especially in jump scares in that movie. Granted, absolutely. Like when that lady's looking for her boyfriend and she opens the door and he's like hanging from the door
Yeah,
with
well, so
lawn
that's,
darts. That's really great. I thought,
Yeah.
and there's an audio sting there, but it's more like, oh my god, what happened to this guy? Not like a, boo, he's right behind you kind of
Yeah.
thing, you know?
Yeah.
He's right behind me.
It's
Isn't
a,
he?
it's a shock reveal.
Yeah,
I would call that a
dude.
shock reveal rather than a jump scare.
Friday the 13th 3 did a lot of that, and I did not like
Yeah.
it.
So
But that's not an internet horror story, so we'll
I
save
think-
that for another time. But
yeah, I think the worst offender for jump scares in terms of movies has got to be like the Paranormal Activities.
dude,
Shit. Where it's just like,
Yeah.
oh, okay, the whole point of this is watching nothing happen on a screen until the jump scare happens. And that's it. Like, that's why the jump scare even is even feasible, because it's like, oh, I'm lulled into a false sense of security, and there's a false buildup of tension, and then, whoa! Oh, they got me because I was basically falling asleep watching nothing, so of course I'm going to be fucking surprised if someone jumps out at me. So,
it
Yeah,
will scare you. It's
The
like,
Paranormal Activity movies are kind of stupid.
yes.
dude, yeah, no, I
First
agree.
one, the first one was like kind of original.
I
Or
thought
Yeah,
original
it was
in the
original.
sense that it was
very
like
novel.
it was different.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and that's with a lot of horror movies I've noticed.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I used to watch like
Here's the
back in the day,
yeah.
and then when you watch that, I felt like those like live TV shows were like quote unquote more scary than what
Yeah.
Paranormal Activity did.
Yeah, yeah. And here's the thing, right? Like, I love found footage horror, which, you know, I know a lot of people disagree, thinking that's
I fuck with that shit, dude. It's basically pre-analog horror. I
VHS
have
is
to like
amazing.
it.
yeah.
VHS is
I
phenomenal.
love found footage, like Wreck. Wreck is amazing. Wreck 2. I apparently they made a Wreck 3. I didn't watch that. But,
What about Cannibal H Word? Have you seen that?
Cannibal H
Oh,
I can't say the whole thing, but you know,
right.
yeah, that's really
Right.
good. I watched that recently. I
Yes.
watched that, and I watched Halloween 1.
Yes.
I've never seen Halloween
I'm just
before.
saying you
Really?
haven't
Never
seen the
s-
first Halloween.
I've
never seen the first
Halloween 1 up until
Really?
recently. I was always like a Friday the 13th kind of guy.
You're
Okay.
a Friday
I mean,
13th
alright.
elitist.
Yeah,
Yeah.
dude, not even an elitist. There's like nothing elite about Friday the 13th. You kidding me?
Yeah.
Half those movies,
Yeah.
there's no plot. They're like just chilling around. They're like, oh, we're in the
This
woods.
is murder porn.
Let's watch how Mr. Myers, or not Myers, fuck.
No,
Mike
Mike
Myers
Myers is
character.
Halloween. Mike Myers is Halloween.
No, I'm talking about
Okay,
Friday.
Friday the 13th.
Oh, Jason.
Mr. Jason kill all these guys in peculiar ways because
No,
he's
I-
awesome. He's the real hero.
Yes,
Yeah.
he is the real hero. He's the main character.
For some reason,
Yes.
I played Mr. Miles in like.
Dude, you gotta do like a Halloween
Mike
parody
Myers?
of Miles
Oh.
Myers, dude.
Mike Miles.
That'd be so good.
But I watched Halloween, and it was
Okay.
it was a great. I wasn't like scared, you know, like.
Yeah, but it's a fun watch. I'm sure
I
people.
thoroughly enjoyed how like the pacing of how Mike Myers like
Oh.
handled himself, where
It's great.
he was there, he was foreboding. You never fully saw what he looked like
yeah,
until you saw
dude.
like his mask, and they never unmask him either. In that
Yeah.
ending where he's like on the ground, and
It's great,
the
man.
psychiatrist is like, "Oh, good, the evil's dead," and he looks back and he's gone. He's like, "What? What?"
Fuck. Yeah.
Oh, it's so
and
good,
the
man.
soundtrack for Halloween is also great.
Well, yeah, when you have what's his name, the oh my god, he tours with Dance with the Dead all the time.
Yes, I know who you're
I
talking
know
about. Yeah.
I know his music, but I don't know his name. John Carpenter. When you have John
yes.
Carpenter on soundtrack, it's
Yes.
just oh man, it's like the
which-
musical Tom Savini, dude. When you have Tom Savini on set,
Oh yeah,
it's
dude.
it's gonna be the most violent movie. It's gonna be
Yeah.
one of those movies where you cannot. You have to just you look at it and go, oh god,
Yeah.
it's so nasty. And it's just with like John
Yeah.
Carpenter. It's like you feel something like over your
Oh
shoulder.
yeah, and I want to dig deep into horror movies later on in the month when we get to future episodes, because I want to go off on The Thing. I love The Thing.
Dude, yeah, we got
John
it. We got it.
Carpenter's
Thing's
The
amazing.
Thing makes me. It's so
Makes me
good.
so uncomfortable,
It's such a fucking good.
and it's
Uh,
fantastic body horror. It is like
Yeah,
the antithesis.
the
of, like-
pinnacle.
or not
The
antithesis.
pinnacle.
Yeah.
And here's the thing. I'm gonna shoot.
Here's
back.
the thing.
I'm gonna shoot back at Terrorizer fans. That shit, I watched that last year. Gay. Terrorizer 1, gay. Terrorizer 2, gay. I didn't even watch the third one because I'm like, this is basically just the most like low class murder porn bullshit. There's no artistry to it. It's basically, why don't we just get some silicone body gels, fill them with blood, and just like chop them up in like whatever sort of way. It's whatever.
Dude, I found an actual like image of what Mr. Widemouth was supposed to look like.
Oh yeah, I looked that up earlier when you were talking about it. It looks like.
Is it like the cat that says "Don't tell your parents"?
Yeah.
That was. I never know that. I never knew that this existed. I'm gonna put it up on the screen here.
Yeah, that's good.
I don't know, man. I'm rereading it. I'm reading it. Someone's like, "This is edgy Furby," but all the people are like, "This sounds like real and fake at the same time," and I'm like,
Yeah.
"It's called suspension of disbelief."
Yes, sir. Correct.
Everyone's like, "It's clearly fake," but I don't know, man. I genuinely really like that creepypasta. It's fucking good. And
Yeah.
I saw this with zero like image of what Mr. Widemouth looked like. It left you up to your imagination,
Yeah.
and I think
Oh,
that's what makes it so good.
I just realized we never actually explained Russian sleep experiment.
No. Let them figure it out.
Oh, okay.
I mean,
okay.
it really does tell you.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
The name alone. Oh, what is it? Well, they are in Russia and they are not going to sleep.
Yeah.
Here we go.
Go read it. But I can't recommend it enough. Go read Russian Sleep Experiment. Fantastic. It's great.
Yeah, you guys read that. So I guess we're gonna go down the list here of like, we're building a little library of creepypastas, like a reading list for people that want to get into the month of October. Because for me, when it hits 10/1, I'm one of those guys that's like, yes, downloaded Inscription again. Darkwood is on tap. We're doing this.
Reading homework.
At the top of the list is Snorfula.
I gotta go with Count Snorfula here.
Snorfula? Oh my god, Snorfula stole my balls.
I stole your balls.
I can't wait to make my contribution to the Snorfula arc.
Well, you better do it tomorrow because I'm posting the next chapter.
Romanian out here.
Oh yeah, it's the plan. You know what? I might as well say it because
we'll save it for the post ramble because it's gonna be fun.
Yeah.
So I have to recommend. Again, we've been talking about Mr. Widemouth. It's really good, man. It's really short. It's like 10 minutes. It's worth your time. That's my recommendation here. And then we're going on to Doge from New Jersey, no longer in New Jersey.
Yes, sir.
Currently residing in another
state. Residing in Colorado, which I don't want to disclose where.
Yeah. Russian Sleep Experiment. So good. Love that shit. Go read it, motherfuckers.
Cover your walls in poo-poo pee-pee to not let the scientists see what you are doing.
In the poo-poo pee-pee.
And then we're going to go to Miles' Papa.
Papa Miles, what you got for us?
Cool.
So what is your recommended creepypasta?
Yeah.
See, going back, I just never got into them. Like I just thought they were kind of dumb. So it's like I couldn't get into
Based.
them. As it was as it was said though. I guess back in the day, I did really like Ben Drowned a lot though.
Ben Drowned. Okay.
Ben Drowned. That's a good one. That was Green's too.
Unfortunately, Green is no longer with us.
Green had an appointment he had to make, so he dropped out. Just FYI.
Yeah.
You know, the cool thing too, though, is somebody can actually make Ben Drown now with all these new like decompilation projects that are going.
So I don't know if you watched Nexpo, Miles' Papa, but Nexpo did a shot-for-shot remake live action of the creepypasta last Halloween.
Okay.
With redone like in-game updates too. So like he reenacted some of the stuff in game, and it's really good. It's a little bit funny. It's a little tongue-in-cheek, you know, where it's like, hey, we know how stupid parts of the story are, but it's all in all, it's a very, very faithful retelling, and it's very good.
Interesting, but yeah, somebody could do the game now if they really wanted to, because Ocarina of Time's been decompiled. Majora's Mask, I think, is like 90% decompiled. So somebody can go edit the game and like whenever that's finished up and make the whole Ben creepypasta as a real thing.
Oh
yeah, you absolutely could, man. I'm surprised there's not a game about it. Like we had like Sonic.exe drop immediately, 2 sequels, but we had a good game. Excuse me. It's very funny to me. And then we're gonna move on to the Queen's memes here. Queen, what was your recommendation again for creepypastas?
Mine was nothing/Mandor handhook part 4.
Yeah.
Handhook car door.
Yeah.
Is that it? Is that like you just like vomit out the punchline and people are like, "Oh fuck! Oh no! The guy's there." Is it that? Is that it?
Well, no, it's you're reading because she posted it in the general chat here.
Oh,
You
shit,
read
yeah,
it.
oh, holy shit! Yeah.
Yeah, no, you read it like it's a normal story, but then you get to it like at the end and you just go, man, who can car door?
Man and girl go out to drive under moonlight. They stop at side of road. He turned to her and said, "Baby, I love you very much."
It literally reads like some really bad AI story.
It looks
Yeah.
really fucking funny.
This is like some broken English. I think
Oh,
this
dude,
is
it's
probably
great.
posted on X or something
I
in
bet,
response
dude.
to like actual copypastas where they're like, yeah, okay, fuck you. I'm gonna make something that just like, fuck you, copypasta or creepypasta
Yeah.
posters.
I can't call it X. It's just so dumb.
I have to call it /. It's /X for me. if you
/X.
guys- We're talking about the 4chan board.
Oh, we're talking about that X.
Yeah, we're talking about
Oh.
the 4chan board.
Yeah, fortune. The
Wrong
fortunes.
X. My bad. I'm talking
No, it's all good.
because the problem is now with all the there's too many X's now for everything, so you can't
Yup.
tell apart which X is which.
Yeah. You got X the.
I can't tell if we're talking about /X now, or
Yep.
you're talking about Twitter X.
No,
I'm
no,
gonna call it
4chan.
Twitter. For as
We're
long
just
as I
gonna call
live,
it
it's
Twitter.
gonna be Twitter.
Yeah. The Musk machine.
Musk machine. And finally, Vulcan.
Yeah, what's yours?
1999.
I don't.
I don't know if I've read that one.
I thought it was. I thought it was what?
No, I just wanted to talk about Candle Cove.
Okay, I
Yeah,
really like
yeah.
that. Okay, then Vulcan, tell us what your pick is, man. Come on.
Well, I got a little too quick into it. Sorry, I was.
Dude, I'm not gonna. you're good, bro. I mean,
Lost
building
in
a-
Vulcan
building a,
sauce.
I'm building a Volkite Marine right now.
oh, nice.
Oh hell yeah.
Okay, so TLDRing it, because I mean, if you were to watch a video of it, it's like somewhere close to an hour of content. So we love long form content.
Fuck yeah.
But so the story goes, it's based in some like quiet town in Canada, like Ontario.
Oh, it's a Canadian creepypasta. Let's get into it.
Oh
so-
yeah.
But it starts off kind of like Candle Cove, where like it's, or Mr. Widemouth more so. Where it's they're recounting kind of their childhood.
Right.
And it goes, kiddo was watching a local television station. This television station had a peculiar character named Mr. Bear. This Mr. Bear fellow was like bringing kids onto his show, being like, "Oh look, they're all having fun," type deal, doing like fun little local TV kind of hijinks.
Yeah.
And he recounts almost having the opportunity to go meeting Mr. Bear, but something fell through and he just couldn't be there. He couldn't go.
Damn, don't hit me up. Just like the Shud. Like with his eyes closed. Just like didn't get
Yeah.
to meet Mr. Bear.
Yeah, right. This kid like fucking I assume he was pretty sad about it.
A boost.
Funny.
It is funny.
God damn it! I do it.
Yeah, I know.
BRB going to kill
Yeah,
myself.
the Canadian creepypasta is the realization that you actually do say a boot.
Yeah.
There it is.
So, fast forward, he's an adult. Or rather, the story's being told from the frame, he's an adult. So,
Yeah.
he's going back, he's like, yo, what the fuck happened to this show? And, fucking, fast forward, or TLDR, Mr. Bear was basically killing kids. And
Okay.
like recording it.
Ooh.
So it's a bit of a downside of the actual story itself. the main character is a bit of a fucking retard.
Okay.
Because like he's like, oh my god, if I remember it correctly, he's like, oh my god, this is like totally like breaking my mind. But then he continues on, like, trying to discover it. I mean, I suppose that's like a trope.
Yeah.
You know,
I was
like,
gonna say this is. It feels like almost like a story arc or archetype or a story setting, where it's like, oh yeah, main character comes back, and does not realize it was actually evil, spooky, something like that.
yeah. Or it was just like he had too much fucking investment that didn't seem justified.
It didn't
Okay.
seem like realistic, or
I'm gonna have to like listen over it or read it over again because I don't think I've actually properly read it. So maybe seeing and listening to it or reading it in that fucking format. Oh my god, my brain's busting. I don't know. I really enjoyed it, despite my criticisms.
Mr.
Despite
Bear,
the
Canadian mascot, eats children.
Fantastic.
More like
20 years later, Justin Trudeau puts this back on the air.
Yeah, dude, he just like let him into his basement, like killed him, and I guess recorded it, and then just like buried them in a hole.
Holy fuck!
Yeah, so main character goes off and discovers that hole, and it's like, holy fuck, holy fuck, holy fuck, that could have been me.
Yeah. Oh, that's cool. I like endings like that where you're just kind of shocked.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
It was like
no,
it was
that's
like
cool.
similar to that to Mr. Widemouth, where it's like, oh my god.
It's like, whoa, good thing I didn't deal with that.
Yeah, there was
Yeah.
like severe implications that he could have been.
It's like that Tim Robinson show where he's just like, what the fuck?
Yo, and it was
What
just
the
it was just a pig in a pig and then a Nixon mask or whatever.
Yeah.
I saw that thing. It's like describing Mr. Bear to somebody. That thing
Yeah.
came and attacked me through
And
the
I
television.
won through no
yeah.
no input of
All right,
my
well
own.
let's
It just
let's close
sort of
this up here with
happened,
the
and it was just a happy little accident.
Yeah, what's your like go-to video game for Spooky Month, gentlemen and lady, of course? I'm gonna kick things off with Inscription. If you guys haven't played it, it's like the perfect game for Halloween.
It just
Like,
didn't
don't have it.
happen and didn't
Great game.
happen.
Great game.
And then
Although
So
it's
good.
only been out for like a year and a half, so it can't be a go-to for
Yeah.
every Halloween.
I absolutely think it is. It's gonna be my go-to for
It's-
Halloween.
It's
yeah.
going to be for the future.
For me, certainly. Like,
It used
It's
to be
going to
Dead
be for
Space.
the future, but
It used to be Dead
traditionally,
Space
what
one,
has yours
but-
been?
Dude, Inscription is just. Oh, it's great. Oh, everything about it I love. Oh
Nice.
my god.
Oh, dude, it's
Having-
amazing. But
having
I have
just
to
played it for the
ask,
first
what
time.
is your traditional one?
It's got to be Dead Space 1.
Babe.
Before Inscription came out, it was Dead Space 1.
Nice, nice. As you're saying, Vulcan, because I know you were starting to play, you were streaming.
yeah. I've been playing Inscription.
Yeah, I picked it up for Vulcan because I was like,
It's
you would
like
like this
amazing.
fun card
It's
game.
such a good fucking
And
game.
Vulcan was like, ew, a card game!
Yeah, and then I was like, I
moving up in the
love it.
world.
Yep. I ordinarily agree. Indie card game, get it out of my fucking
Yeah,
face.
no, I'm usually the same way. I don't even like touch anything with cards, man.
Yeah. However, Inscription based.
Excellent game, phenomenal. Like it's
10 out of 10.
got I love in a game. It's got an ARG built into it. It's got
10 out of 10. 10 out
story,
of 10.
excellent atmosphere, great artwork, amazing characters.
Yes.
Amazing score.
Oh, dude, the
Yes.
score! Yes.
Yes.
Oh, how can I
Oh my
even-
God.
oh my god, it's so good.
Fucking-
Like Leshy's theme, Death Card Cabin as a whole.
Oh god.
Fuck,
Go play Inscription. If you're listening to this, go play it. We're not gonna
Don't
put
get
any
it. It's a
spoilers.
Daniel Mullins game, which means that there's so many secrets loaded into the game to begin with.
Yep.
It's gonna be insane.
Don't be afraid of death. Keep going.
Yeah, that's one thing when people tell me like I kept dying in Inscription. It's like, yeah, that's the point.
That's the point, and also you could make yourself a really juiced card if you died. I'm not
Yep.
going to elaborate on that, but do it.
Yeah. Jack, what was your go-to game for Halloween?
So it's tough because my go-to game, if it was
So,
still available to me, would be
I
PT.
originally,
However,
joined
since
the
PT
Knights
is
or
not
Kings of the Base
actually
Table,
available, I
Maury's
cannot
server
physically make it my go-to
on
game.
Discord. And
Instead,
honestly,
it would
I
have
like to
to
tell
be
people that I got bullied
either,
into starting the server because that's kind of or not the server. the page because
Dead
that's kind of what
Space
happened.
2.
Dude, I played Dead Space 2
I
during
wasn't
2020
super
COVID
active in it
lockdown,
all
and I
that
never
much.
played Dead Space 2.
And
I avoided it
then
because everyone's
one
like,
night I was
Isaac,
just
Isaac Clarke
talking,
talks, and I'm
chatting
like,
it up with
no, I can't. I'm gonna put up
Pepe,
this
and
$8.
he's literally me, bro,
Phenomenal,
and a couple other
excellent. It's
guys.
just everything that
And,
Dead Space 1, but better.
They were like,
So
you
good.
should just start
Dead
a
Space
page,
2 is
just
so
do it.
fucking
And
fantastic.
I was like,
I
well,
loved
It's
it.
where it
you
fell
know,
off.
but I'm shy, but
Yeah.
I'm scared, but whatever
100%
else.
agree. You don't even have to argue with that.
That was
Yeah,
last
yeah.
April, and now I have
yeah.
almost
Yeah.
It's like Volka's like
almost
forming an argument.
2,200
It's like, no,
followers. So
no,
I'm
they're
like,
right.
It's
a,
bad.
a bunch like riddled with a bunch of issues.
yeah.
Yeah,
So
yeah. Other than that,
I like the galactic order that like 3 kind of like.
I agree, but they didn't do it
yeah,
well.
yeah. You know what? I'm gonna throw out there, and this is a
Mhm.
throwback from a very old Silicon Knights game from the GameCube, Eternal Darkness.
I've never played that.
Yo.
A game so fucking goated that and if I might be misquoting this, might be misinformation, but if I remember correctly, it's so fucking good that Nintendo copyrighted the insanity effects that they put in that game.
Wow.
Because it would do things like fuck with your save file.
Dude.
It would change your like CRT like your tuned in settings, right? Like it would change it to like, because you know obviously came out when CRTs were around, not plasmas, or flat screens, and it would go, what was it? Like from input 1 to like your game feed to whatever,
oh my
you know,
God,
it would change it up on you, and you had a sliding scale of insanity. Like you had a like a bar for insanity, and the higher your insanity went, the more sanity effects start triggering. So bugs start crawling over your skin. Your save data gets deleted or changed or moved around or edited.
That's nuts,
don't
man.
be
Oh,
talking
dude,
down my
Eternal
glass
Darkness
breaking
is fucking
videos,
fantastic.
okay?
It's not impossible. It's very expensive to get an original copy for the GameCube because they go for like a couple $100. But you can emulate it. Yeah, you can emulate it.
Yeah.
Oh.
Don't try to follow Nintendo's little
Yeah.
ha-has.
If you're able to find the game online, not on a game disc, then
You just- it's like
you already
Make
know
happy brain
what's supposed
chemical
to
go
happen.
burr.
Yeah. Eternal
Um,
Darkness also had a really cool system for like crafting magic spells where you would have to physically put together different parts of a spell in order to make it happen.
That's cool.
It was very cool. It was a great game.
Oh my God.
So, Queen, I want to wrap this up by asking you and Vulcan what are your favorite games for Halloween? Or even movies, if you have any media at all that you enjoy.
You're like horror games.
Yeah.
Oh my.
Was it like
my
satanic
10-year-old
in your
son
family? Is
likes
that
to watch
it?
It's probably a
cars
Jehovah's
driving
thing,
over
right?
things videos sometimes. It drives
Oh.
Oh, okay.
it drives me absolutely nuts because they're not even
Yeah,
using
they don't. They
expired
don't have
products.
a,
It's
they
like,
don't have a
hey,
harvest,
or an
festival,
entire
I believe, during
watermelon that's
actual
not even
fall.
rotting, and I'm like, what? Why?
That's-
It is. But it's a live video, and they're finding it. Like, he'll sit there and he'll watch it for like an hour,
Mm.
and this person just finds an hour's worth of crap to run over with his car.
Nice.
Yeah.
Okay. So you just kind of chilled out. You didn't watch a lot of scary movies or anything?
Honestly, seriously, though. It's like the
That's understandable.
Easily spooked. Yeah. Yeah, because that makes sense that it wasn't really celebrated in Russia, because if I remember correctly, Halloween or All Hallows Eve was mainly a more Western Europe
Western
thing,
Europe.
where you would
kind of
dress up as saints, and because that's what All Hallows Eve is. It's the prelude to All Saints Day. So you dress it up and chase out the demons.
great holiday. I love it.
Yeah.
But
Halloween is Christian. Eat shit, atheists and
Bro.
pagans. Fuck you. Suck my dick, you losers. Fuck yeah.
Oh, nice. No, Skyrim feels very like autumn. No, I agree with that, especially with
Yeah.
the way the trees look in that game.
Yeah, well,
I mean,
true horror
it did come out in
Skyrim.
November.
Yeah,
Yeah.
true horror Skyrim is taunting giants and seeing, basically playing chicken with them until you get launched into orbit.
No, Jack, that's not true. True horror Skyrim is when I boot up Skyrim and all of my mods do not
Your-
work, and I
your
cannot
600
access my
sex
save
mods?
anymore. They're
No,
not sex mods, Jack. They're for the experience.
They're
not sex mods. The
Yo,
alternate
the spider
Samira
living on my
mod is not
computer
a
when I
sex
boot up my
mod,
1,000 sex mods.
Yeah,
I
1,000
love
sex
those
mods.
memes.
Yeah.
Watch a spider get
Fires of
incinerated
Nocturne.
as you boot up fucking Skyrim in your
Yeah.
computer.
Thanks for not turning me into a mind-controlled sex slave, Dragonborn. I know that took a lot of restraint.
Piranha?
Yeah.
Oh god. Vulcan, what about you?
I have,
Is it
2?
Inscription now?
No,
Damn it.
beer.
It will be.
Beer.
Which game? Beer?
Beer.
Oh, dude, Original Fear?
Yeah.
Yeah, dude. That's a good one. It's a really,
Mm.
really good
Beer's
game, man.
wonderful. Like,
Beer's
Yeah.
like,
phenomenal.
it's like fantastic, like shooting and physics and like movement.
The
Compiled
AI,
with-
too. The AI is fucking
Yeah.
dog.
Yeah,
Just
yeah,
insane.
yeah.
Like I remember playing that during 2020 COVID.
Oh, man, yeah. I bet.
Mm.
We were like hanging out doing the shit, and it was just like it doesn't have hard spooky elements, and that's why I have a second to kind of go in for that full spook.
What would that
Okay.
be?
Amnesia: The Dark Descent.
Oh,
Excellent.
okay. Yeah, that was
Underrated.
actually like a
Very,
classic.
very, like, topic-worthy choice.
Yeah,
very,
I would
very
say
good.
I would not say underrated. That one got a lot of play of its own heyday.
And well deserved.
Absolutely.
It's excellent. Like that water monster in Amnesia, bro. Oh my
Oh
god.
my god. Yeah,
How to
dude,
make
that
me
game
piss
was
my
great.
pants. Bottom
That game,
tanks.
at launch, that game was like, it was groundbreaking.
Yeah,
You know what game I
like
have
like
yet to play?
Because
Frictional.
that one and Outlast were like
Outlast
two
is
Frictional
huge.
made like 2 games prior to the Amnesia too, and
Yeah.
they play like almost the same.
Yeah,
And
Oh.
it's YouTube that I feel really got Amnesia
for sure. That's the heyday of
Like,
Let's Players on YouTube.
literally
really,
like
yeah,
Mr. Pewtered Pie and
yeah, yeah.
Flyer.
Bridge Incident Man and Markiplier, yeah.
Incident, man.
The what was that other really fucking good game for? Oh yes, Call of Cthulhu.
Which one?
The one by Bethesda, the buggy mess that if you could get it to
No.
work properly
Oh,
was so much
Dark
fun.
Corners of the Earth.
No, the original one where you're in Innsmouth right out the beginning.
I thought you were talking about the new one.
No, the new one is cool, I guess, but like
It's
I'm talking
okay.
about,
It plays like
Alright.
a fucking Bethesda game.
It's really
but
linear.
yeah, I'm talking
it's
about the
too linear.
old one, where it's you're playing as like a journalist, so you're the bad guy, but you're you're playing as a journalist in like I think either the 30s or the 40s. And you're like going through Innsmouth and you're like uncovering bullshit or whatever. And if you could get the game to function properly, it's a really fun like horror game. But you're probably crashing every 5 minutes. So
Isn't that a Bethesda game anyway?
this was the most broken Bethesda game of all time. Like when I say every 5 minutes, it's not an exaggeration. That's like actual 100% crash every consistent 5 minutes.
Not there!
Unfortunately not. Unfortunately not.
No Vulcan, no. I want to keep my channel Vulcan.
I'm sorry. My brain makes links and I just can't.
You
But we have
noticing
pattern
women?
recognizing brains.
Yeah.
All right, Mr. Papa of Miles, do you have any spooky Halloween traditions or like games you play during Halloween?
Halloween.
When I say Halloween, I mean the month of October. That's Halloween to me. Suck it. I don't care. Someone's like, it's not Halloween. I don't care.
Yeah.
Leaves
I'm
are
sorry,
orange out here. I can
it
buy a
is dark.
pumpkin legally.
It is Dark Corners of the Earth, correct? That was the name of it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Go on. Yep.
All right, Miles.
Yeah, I love Dark Corners of the Earth.
Great game. Buggy.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah, constant crashes.
look, I'll boot up my GameCube and I'll go play Luigi's Mansion again. I have no.
Okay, that's Kino.
Oh, Luigi's
Dude,
Mansion!
when I was a little kid, Luigi's Mansion scared the shit out of me.
Spooky,
I'm gonna
bro.
be real, bro.
Spooky.
The graveyard, like the muck ghost in the graveyard. What was his name? What the
Oh.
fuck was that?
Yeah, dude. Yeah, dude. When you crawl down for the first time and you see Mario trapped in the painting,
Yeah,
crawl down the
dude.
well. It's like no.
I unironically
Going to
really
the well?
appreciate that game's atmosphere.
Dude, my favorite part of the attention to detail in that game is as Luigi gets more and more injured, his cries out for help from Mario become
Yes.
more and more desperate.
Dude, that's so not okay, Nintendo. What the hell, man?
Oh, it's so good.
I still got my copy of Luigi's Mansion too. Oh my god.
Same, bro.
Not the second one, the original one.
The
Where he's
original,
doing like
yeah.
the soy jack face on the cover.
Don't have the same vibe as the first one. It's
No, dude,
Correct.
none of them do. I was looking at them, and they're
Well,
great
they're
examples
they're
of like
haha, it's
Yeah.
Luigi in a funny little situation again.
Yeah. But like, dude, we all even know. We know the soundtrack. The
dun dun dun
Yeah.
dun dun dun.
Egad's lab.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dr. Egad.
Dude, I'm gonna say this. What I love about Luigi's Mansion, I feel like this kind of ties into like the way I want to write like scary stuff. Is you feel so alone in that entire game.
Oh,
Yes, you do.
yeah.
It does such a great job in capture. There's no area where you feel like, this is fine. I'm gonna
Yeah.
be okay
Oh.
here. Even in the lobby, like when you go back to the
Dude.
lobby with Toad there's still ghosts that come out and get you.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
It's like the only friend you have
Oh.
is Dr. Egad, but
Yeah.
he's not in the mansion. He's like over like Game Boy
Yeah,
Color
in his, like, hut.
protocol.
In his little lab. Yeah.
Yeah, man.
Dude, the part where you get like through most of the way through the mansion and you have the lights on through most of it, and you get to that one boss, and then oh shit, power went out, lights are gone,
Yep,
dead.
that
Dude. Yes.
You're
that
getting
was the best part of
jumped.
the game when the whole mansion went out.
Yeah, man.
Oh yeah.
It was so good at. It's like I can't even describe how much I enjoyed it, and part of it's definitely nostalgia. Because like I'd sit there and play it and be like, I'm a big kid, I can do this.
Yeah.
And then
No,
like
dude.
boo, banana ghost, or like the red ones that come out of the wall and chase
Yeah,
you really
yeah.
quick. Like, oh fuck, I can't play this. And I was
Dude,
like
dude,
7
dude.
at the time, bro. I was like, I can't do it, man.
Dude, it ain't nostalgia. You go back and you play it nowadays, you're like, oh yes,
It's still really fun.
it still holds up. It's still great.
Oh no, it's not even like I know the game is great, but I'm saying like the
Yeah.
atmosphere, the way I felt. I had never felt like that in my Miles is Papa. You know what I'm talking about? When you get into the mansion the first time and you're in the lobby and it's just dark
Yeah.
and Toad is standing
Yeah.
there all distressed and he's like,
Just
yeah, I don't know
weeping.
what. And every
Why?
door you try is locked,
Yeah.
and you don't know where to go, and you just feel so helpless.
And I don't know, for some reason in that game, when Luigi saves Mario, and you just see that tear roll down his eye when he saves Mario.
Yeah, bro. He's like Mario.
Man,
Yeah,
get yourself a brother like Luigi.
Yes,
Facts.
bro. That's what I'm
Facts.
saying.
Really good brother.
Like,
Luigi Mario, excellent brother.
Yeah.
He really loves his brother. And
Dude,
that's what you get from that game.
Being the biggest coward in the world and then going through all that shit to rescue your brother, yeah, Luigi's the hero. He's
the best
Legitimately.
part is he's still a coward.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I'm like, he's still a huge coward. Like, and it's
It's amazing.
justified. It's not like
He's
he
like-
has an end game where he's like, I'm not afraid anymore. He's like, oh god,
no,
more
I'm still a
ghosts?
bitch.
I better call
No,
the
he's just-
Ghostbusters, and he calls the Ghostbusters as his phone rings. It's like,
Yeah,
God damn it.
Think for his brother. That's what the game really showed.
Oh yeah, man, absolutely.
Yeah.
But,
What a fucking great game. Good pick,
excellent
man.
game, man.
Thank you for reminding me,
Yeah,
because
man.
You
Thank
know,
you so
yeah.
much.
Like, there's two faces of horror, you know, like the actual like in your face,
Ooga
haha,
booga.
spooky, like
yeah.
Then there's, you know, the horror that's under the guise of being something so familiar and cuddly, so to speak.
Vulcan,
Yeah.
I don't like what you're saying, man. It's like almost smart.
What are you implying?
This is what I'm saying is like Vulcan. I was gonna say something, but Vulcan.
Are you implying that Vulcan is
not only
retarded?
no, I'm not implying that. What I'm saying is he not only said what I was going to say, but he made me feel uneasy after saying that. Like he saw something in the room that I can't see.
Oh,
Yeah,
like a cat.
The little
No.
people.
No,
Yeah. The spookies.
Yeah, we'll talk about them next week.
yeah, the little people. So next week, guys, SCP should be coming out on the weekend, like this episode is.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, I just want to absolutely thank our guests for the episode. Miles Papa, owner of Miles the Shibe, or Miles Sama. His
Yeah.
Insta and Facebook will be below. And the Queen's memes. She runs, of course, the Queen's memes. Excellent page. Lots of really, really great stuff.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
You
Thank you
guys
both
need
for
to
coming
post
on.
more Warhammer battle reports. You and your husband need to do that more.
Yeah, you guys need to do that.
Yeah, please.
Bad.
You have to post more of your Warhammer battle reports.
Yeah, you have to do it. You have
You
to. I
have
need
to
know.
do
I
it.
need to know what his Black Templar list is. I need to
Yeah.
know.
Yeah.
Both for me and Jack.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Nice.
Oh yeah,
Hell
Jack.
yeah.
In November, do you want to go to Midwest Showdown over in Westminster?
You're gonna have to get me some dates.
It's, you got to sign up. It's like a $25 entry fee, and then you just run your list by. It's a 40K event though, Jack. Unfortunately.
Dang. 10th edition can blow me.
Maybe if
But,
there's a doubles event, I want to play with you though. We got to do a list.
Yeah, you gotta get me some dates because depending on when in November it is, I might be back in Jersey at the time.
It's like November 13th. It's pretty early.
We can make that work.
Okay, sweet. Yeah, man.
We
I'm gonna have
might
to
be
go
able to
take
make that
time
work.
off again, but yeah, it'd be sweet.
Oh wait, November 13th?
Yes.
That's a weekday. I might.
Actually,
all
I
my-
don't know.
all my
It's gonna be on
PTO.
that weekend, but we'll see.
Yeah. All my PTO is burnt for the rest of the year, but
Nah, you're good.
if it's on a weekend, we can make it work.
Okay, sweet. Cool. Yeah, it should be
Yeah.
on a weekend. I'd have to use my PTO for that,
Yeah.
which I get a lot more of. So. not a big deal.
Yeah.
But yeah, thank you guys for listening. We'll be back next time with some SCPs.
Hell
That'll be super fun. Yeah,
These scary, indexed monsters.
yeah, that's gonna be
Yeah.
something I'm really looking forward to talking about.
Oh yeah. I can't wait. I got one picked up already, lined up to go.
Awesome.
Hell yeah.
Oh boy.
All right.